let's address calling it quits for Reckless Kelly.
Well, we're not calling it quits.
Right.
We're gonna try and get off the road some more. We're not breaking up or retiring. We're just gonna try and not be on the road 120 shows a year. We've had this band together for 28 years now, and Willie and I played with our family band for 9 years before we started this band. So we've been on the road, every summer for, our whole life. And it's been a blast, and it's fun, and we love it. But we're just going to take a different approach and, kind of see what happens, see what other doors open. And, we're still going to make records and still get out there and play some shows. We love, going to do our festival up in Idaho every year, which is coming up in a couple weeks. And then, Steamboat, we always love getting up there, and we'll do, just stuff we want to do and just kind of work a little bit smarter and not harder.
When it comes to Reckless Kelly, do you have a final date? Is there a final show yet?
No, we haven't really set a final. I mean, like I said, we're still going to do some shows. I think we'll probably slow down a lot after 2025. That's kind of our goal, is to get to 30 years. And so after that, I don't know how much we'll be playing. It'll probably be pretty sporadic after that, but I don't know if there'll ever be a final show. I mean, how do you retire from this business? I mean,
you don't. I'm going to go ahead and ask some of these questions because I'm not going to ask it, but the listeners did when we put it out there. Expand on their Tonight Show appearance with Dad, Muzzy Braun, and the boys. Talk about that. And I know every time I come in here, but you guys, the brothers, were all on Johnny Carson.
Yeah. We were kids, and we had a family band, and we played cowboy music. It was like yodeling and Western music, and my dad wrote a lot of the songs, and we played the Elko Cowboy Poetry Gathering, which was kind of a big gathering out in Elko, Nevada. And the cowboy poetry thing kind of took off, and Johnny Carson started sending a talent scout down there to get these cowboys to come on the show and do cowboy poetry. And the talent scout, Jim McCauley, saw us at that show and, called my dad and was like, "Hey, I want you guys to come do the Johnny Carson show." And we were little kids, so we didn't know, we didn't have TV because we grew up in the middle of nowhere. So we didn't even know who Johnny Carson was. We didn't know that it was a big deal. And so we fly to LA and get picked up in this limo, and it's like, wow, there's a TV in the limo, man. Like, it's like,
we're like Elvis.
I was like, holy cow, this is cool. But we weren't even that nervous on the show because we just had no idea what a big deal it was. But we did it. Jay Leno was actually hosting at that time. He was sitting in for Johnny before Johnny retired. And we did the show with Jay, and then they got a really great response. So they had us back like 2 months later.
I didn't realize you played Johnny Carson twice.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah,
it's on YouTube.
Awesome.
You can just go on YouTube and find.
Oh, Cody and Willie.
Yeah,
Cody and Willie love it when I bring it up, and I'm sure you'll get to watch it right here.
I think it's cool. I mean,
I think it's one of the coolest things.
Yeah.
Playing with Johnny Cash, Glenn Campbell, some of those names. I mean, did you know
we got to open for Johnny Cash in Sisters, Oregon, same era, same time. When we were little kids. And got to meet him after the show. Him and June came.
Did you know who you were meeting at the time?
Yeah, we had listened to Johnny Cash growing up, so we knew he was a hero and legend. And we got to get a photo with him backstage. And Johnny's a big man. I mean, he's really tall, and we were all little kids. And my dad's not a very big guy. And somehow my dad ended up like kind of behind us and in between Johnny. So it's just like you see my dad's head just kind of poking up. Over the cowboy hats of us when we were kids. It's kind of a funny picture. But that was cool. I didn't really get to play with Glenn Campbell. We got to see him perform a couple times. But, yeah, I mean, we did lots of festivals and stuff back in the day. It was mostly 90s country festivals and, got to meet Susie Boggess and, the Judds and all those 90s bands.
All the early days.
Yeah.
And that was still with Dad and Muzzy.
Yeah.
How is Dad doing right now?
He's great. He's doing really good. He's playing lots of golf, and he's actually been playing a lot of guitar. He's doing some gigs this summer, and he came down and played with us at Green Hall. We were down there earlier this spring, and he came down and opened a couple of the shows, and he's doing great.
Let's while we're talking about it, Braun Brothers reunion coming up. Might as well. And I still have never been to one.
You gotta get out, man. It's so much fun. And it's
When
a little
is
cooler
it
up
the
there.
date? And if people want to learn more about Braun Brothers reunion, and that's to me, that's the family. I see all the videos and the pictures of it, but when you talk about the family of the scene and you guys putting that on all these years.
Yeah, my parents have been doing it for almost 45 years, and we took it over a few years ago, my brothers and I, and it's in Chalice, Idaho, middle of nowhere, and we do 3 days. It's always the second weekend in August, so this year is the 10th, 11th, and 12th, and you can get tickets at braunbrothersreunion.com, and there's not a lot of hotels in Chalice. There's like 200 rooms, and we have about 3,500 people that come up every day for the show, and so if you're going to come up, you got to camp or sleep in your truck or just stay up,
Or both.
which is what we do. And it's a great time. It's real family friendly, and it's the opposite of these huge mega festivals that the Walmarts of festivals that have taken over the world these days. So it's a lot of fun and a little more stripped back. We have one stage. So you set up your lawn chair for the weekend, and it stays there all weekend, and
Nobody takes it.
nobody takes it, and
it's beautiful
it's-
setting.
Yeah,
too.
JT's done it with us before.
Just the mountains around it, and just it's not a big city, so it feels like you're taking over a small town,
Oh yeah,
and it's just a lot of open space and air, and it's a good getaway from Texas. I'll say that, especially
Yeah,
in the middle of August.
yeah.
just because it's so the weather's perfect, and I mean it's picturesque. So
Looking forward to it again, and again the date if people want to learn more about it.
It's in 2 weeks, August 10, 11, and 12.
There you go.
Yeah.
Better put that one on the calendar.
Yep. And if you can't do that, we'll be hightailing it back here for the Stubbs show on the 18th.
All right, so we got some dates to look forward to when it comes to Reckless and the Braun Brothers reunion.